Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Right, I'm recording this not too long after St Patrick's Day, so I thought I'd wear my St Patrick's Day top for it. By the way, I get all these shirts from a place called Light in the Box, which I found really good. I'm undecided whether to do a review on that. If you want me to do a review and show you some of the shirts I've got, let me know in the comments. But meanwhile, back to what this review is about. It's quite an unusual one, this. At the moment, I don't really have any need for this, but I have got a project in mind for it, and more of that at the very end of this video. So if you want to use the timeline underneath to skip any unwanted bits, like I say, it is going to be shorter than my usual videos, but it will still have the usual waffle that some people like. But if you want to jump to the end to see what I have in mind for it as a certain project, because I am asking for your help on that as well. So it would be great if I could get some suggestions on that. But like I said, that is at the very, very end of this video. Meanwhile, I'm just going to do a review on the item itself and what it is usually used for. So first of all, I'll show you the thing that it comes around. What it is, it's an extendable ceiling support rod that I've just picked up from Lidl's, the usual first stop for tools. So it's a Parkside, Lidl's own make. No instruction book. You usually get quite a big instruction book with all the power tools and that, but this is all you get, and there's nothing on the inside. So I'll quickly hold it up to the camera and you can have a read and freeze it if you need to. And the back of it there, let's see. Details. So basically it's for when you're holding something up to the ceiling, say a sheet of plasterboard or a sheet of MDF. When I built this shed, all the walls and the ceiling are MDF. Can't remember, is it 12mm, 8mm, whatever, I don't know. But it was really awkward. I had to get a neighbour's help to help me hold it in place, sort of like the neighbour was at one end of it, my wife was holding the other end of it, and I was at the other end, just to hold it up to the ceiling. If you've ever had to hold any heavyish boards up, you know how awkward it is. Now, something like this would have been very, very handy. I could have sort of like got them to hold it, put this under quick, clamped it up, and it was in place, and I could hold it to mark it. So that's what it's for. As it shows you on the diagram there, holding up like a framework of a door. It is not a replacement for an acro, a proper building acro for holding up structural loads like RSJs and stuff like that. It's nothing like, obviously, as strong as that. It'll hold up 30 kilograms, which is, quite impressive, really. And one of the reasons I got it, like I say, I've got this project in mind. But it was because it was only 15 quid, 14.99. So this is the item. Hard to show you in front of the camera because it's such a big thing, but I've filmed some bits outside using it to do a certain thing which will demonstrate its capabilities. Now, it's a hefty item. It is really heavy. I'll show you as best I can. This end you've got like a sealant gun. Squeeze the trigger and that pushes out there smoothly. You've got a swivelling pad there with two nylock nut and a normal nut under there. There's this piece here which grips it between the little holes I'll be showing you in a second. Enough to sort of like support it there, but not any great weight. It's not gripping it as strong as these little support holes will. But between them, if you needed it, you could use that. But what you would do is, if you can see these little holes in it here, awkward to hold up, all the way along it are these little holes. And it has spring-loaded them little sort of like ball bearings that ping out into them holes. Now, again, it's awkward for you to see, but turn it round. So you can see there, these little balls ping out. So you would squeeze them in like that, and then extend it out. You can hardly see it, but extend it out from here until it clicks in the next little hole, and you've got 1, 2, 3, biggish gap there, 4, 5, 6, so sort of 3 at the top and the bottom extremities of it. Now, I don't know whether you can see it, but there is a red stripe on that inner pole. As I twist it round, you'll see it moves out of sight. See that red stripe there? I'll try and zoom the camera in. There. Backwards and forwards. And that tells you where the holes will be. So if you want to slide it up and down without it engaging, move that red stripe out of the way, and then you can move it up and down like that. Once you've decided which approximate length you want, you would twist it round till you see the red stripe. Right, the red stripe is in line now with the holes, and as I pull it out, see that hole there engaged. As I push it in and push it down to the next one, there, it's come out of that one. So that's how you do it. Get it to your approximate measurement with them. Line up the red stripe, pull it to the next hole. Once it's in, it is locked solid. But then tighten that bit up there, and then you'd get the last bit with that. And this comes out quite a way. Running out of room. So you've a good long distance with that. And there is a stop on the end of it, it won't fall out. There, you can see the handle here moving. That's the biggest distance. And then to push it back, push that handle up, and it slides back in. If it's under tension, as you'll see soon, when you release that handle, it shoots in because it's under tension. And like I say, you've got that swivelling bracket that end, and on the foot of it, you've also got a swivelling bracket there. So let's have a look at it now. I filmed outside. I've no use for it, like I say, at the moment. So I just demonstrated in the garage with it pushing against this. Now this is a piece of laminate flooring, and as you know, they're not very flexible. I can only just move it a bit with my hand. It's pretty stiff stuff, but you'll see the force of this bends it pretty easily, so that will just show its power. So let's have a look at that now. Okay, so as you see, I'm just going to do it across the garage here. So first of all, push the little bottom in, making sure that is loose. And then what you do is sort of stretch it out to the nearest of these holes. And don't forget you won't see it from there, but I showed it earlier on. There's a red stripe in there showing you where the little bobbles will come out. So get it to the nearest one, which is there, leaving just that far from the plank. And then what you do is pump this one out. So that is already solid. At that end you can see it's against the thing. I'm not putting too much weight because I've not squeezed this that much yet, but if we move up here this time, you should be able to see on the other camera here how much this will bow in. So that's getting quite hard to push now. I'm using two hands, but you can see how that was bowed in, and these aren't that flexible, you know, they're quite sort of stiff. These flooring panels don't, loads of power there, and that is absolutely firm. I can just about move, I can't move it here, but I can pull it at the top there and twist it at the bottom, but it is pretty hard. And that's that. Like I said, I forgot to tighten that. Doesn't really matter because the little bobble is out there. And like I said, that is absolutely solid. And then just to release it, it's dead easy. You just push this button here, and it shoots in like that. Shot in because it had tension on it there. But right, I'll just rig the camera up now and I'll show you how high it'll actually go. So as you saw there, it seems to work quite well, and you know, some considerable force with that pumpable, hydraulic, whatever you call it, bit coming out the top. Managed to bend that laminate floor, piece of laminate flooring, which isn't easy stuff to bend, as I showed earlier on, reasonably well. So I thought, let's have a look on Amazon to see any equivalents on there, what they are. So let's have a look at that now. So I just typed in ceiling support rod, and you can see here there's various ones. Now, if you are comparing them, look at the measurements. I mean, this one here, it says a set of 2 for 36, which would mean they were 18 quid each. They only go up to 115 centimetres. They're only, you know, from 50 to just over a metre. These are the same ones, same sort of dimensions as the one in this video. And these go up to 2.9, which is the same as this. But they are 47 quid for a pair. So, you know, £23.50 each. Similar sort of price. Down here there's 2 there. I'm assuming they're the long ones, 45. That one is 24, and it's only, looks quite chunky and that, but it's only 1.15. So yeah, make sure you are measuring them. They look quite long. 33, that would make them 16 quid each. Let's have a look. How high do they go? Yeah, they're up to 2.9, the same. So that's quite a good buy off Amazon. So very, very similar, and just slightly dearer than this one. But of course, with Lidl, you will get your 3-year warranty as well. So just to show you what 2.9 metres looks like, I thought I'd hold it up next to the side of my house. Now, it's only a small bungalow, but you'll get an idea what sort of height it will go up to. So let's have a look at that now. Right, I'll try and film this pretty quick because I don't know if you can see, but it's starting to rain. So I'm going to pull this out to its furthest hole. Which is that one. And I'm going to pull this out, and you can see again how far this goes up. Please stop raining, or don't get any heavier while I finish this filming. Don't worry, this can't come out the end. There is a stopper on it. But there, that's on the deck now, and you can see it's above the top of that soil pipe. So yeah, as it claims, I'll measure that just to confirm it. But yeah, it says it's 2.9 metres. Let's just measure that to double check. So yeah, actually, I make it a tiny bit more. 2.95 metres. So yeah, pretty good height, I think. And then to finish with, just push the button, push that in, loosen the clamp, push it in, twist that so they don't come out of any of the holes again. And that's it, fully retracted, which is 1.35, so 1.35 metres when it's retracted. So yeah, as you see, they go pretty high as well. And as I said, it is a fair weight. I'll put the figures on screen. The minimum height it'll go to, the maximum height it'll go to, the weight it will support, which is 30 kilograms. But I weighed the item itself, and it weighs 16.25 pounds, 16 pounds 4 ounces, which is 7.3 kilograms. And like I said, I'm quite impressed with the weights built. You get a lot of metal for your 15 quid. It was £14.99p, and like I said, don't forget you get a 3-year warranty with Parkside stuff from Lidl's. So what is it I really want it for? Well, I have been looking at scraping the moss off my roof. Next door had his done and paid a lot of money for a guy to come and do it. I have done my own in the past. I've gone up, like I say, it is only a small bungalow, but I've willingly shimmied up the roof when I was a few years younger and scraped it all off with a scraper. But I'm 65 in 2 days' time. So I'm not really wanting to go up and down roofs, particularly sort of like slippy, mossy roofs. So I've been looking into getting one of the big, long roof scrapers to scrape the moss off. But I've looked online and they're a crazy price. There's one called, Skyscraper, I think. And we're into like hundreds, 300, 400, 500 quid for the full kit with the different blades. I dare say it's a beautifully made thing. It comes right out to like 30 foot long. Bet it's lightweight. I don't know whether it's carbon fibre or what. But it looks a very well made piece of equipment. But there's no way I can afford to pay that. If I was a professional roof cleaner, maybe yeah. But I only want to do it for my own roof. Either from just stood on the ground or just up with a pair of step ladders up against the gutter. I don't mind doing that. Like I say, you can reach my gutter from just a pair of step ladders. But 2.9 metres isn't quite long enough. So what I want your help for is, does anybody know of a tube which will slide over the end of it like alloy tubing, or a cheap source of getting a tube like that whose internal dimension is the same as the external dimension of this? So we'll just measure it now. So yeah, like I said, what I'll propose to do is I'm going to put, which I'll show you shortly, a piece of metal on there, cut to the roof profile, maybe screwed to a piece of wood, and then the wood to this. But I can work that out later. Extend this to its full amount, and then the other end here, I'm going to drill out these rivets, because this is riveted on. If I wanted this back on in future, I could just put a bolt through there, no problem. But drill them rivets out. And what I want is a piece of metal, because once it's out of its full extent, that bubble there will be out of the way and down here. And I want a metal tube to go over here, which I can, again, drill through and put maybe a couple of bolts through. So the diameter of this is, I shall just measure it now. So the outside diameter of this tube is 32.27. So 32.27 millimeters. So say 33 mil would be ideal. And so if you know of any steel or alloy tube to give me maybe another 2 meters, that will get this up then to the very top of my roof. And like I said, my idea is to just slide it over, drill through, and then I've got a really long pole I can get to the top of my roof. 15 quid for that. Couple of meters of alloy or steel tube. I have no idea what tubes there are on the market. I've looked online and they're very, very expensive. That sort of thickness of wall, say 2 or 3 mil thick wall, and that sort of internal dimension, there are quite a lot of money per metre. So if anybody watching this can help me out with a source of alloy or steel tubing with an internal diameter, an internal diameter of 33 millimeters ish, that would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, what I propose to do is I've taken with a profile follower thing, a profile of me roof, which is that. They are Marley tiles. I'm not sure what make. I'll stick a picture of my roof up here and you can see the make of tiles. So I'm going to cut a scraper out of this. This is a piece of titanium. I've also got a piece of pretty hard alloy, not soft alloy. But this is titanium. I'm not sure how thick it is. Used when I did Robot Wars over 20 years ago now. On our robot chip. If you're interested, look up Robot Wars Chip the Robot. Loads of videos about it that other people have uploaded onto YouTube. And you'll see me 20 odd years ago. And yeah, I'm going to cut a piece of that out and attach it somehow to that. But it's that extension tube that I'm asking for me viewers help with. If you can help me out, that would be great. When and if I do make that roof scraper, who knows, it might all be pie in the sky and might not amount to anything, might not get round to doing it, I don't know. But if I do, if I get a source of that tube and I make the roof scraper, I'll do a video about that, and it'll be a fraction of the cost of a proper professional one. Like I said, not as good. I wouldn't recommend anything I make for use professionally, but for your own use, doing your own roof at home, I think it would suffice. So hopefully this has been of some use if you're after one of them. Like I said, very limited market for them, not like a power tool or anything like that most people use, but over time you will find a use for it. I could have easily utilised it and it had been a great help had I seen it in Lidl's 4 or 5 years ago when I made this shed, just for, like I said, holding up plasterboard, drywall or whatever you like to call it, to the ceiling while you mark it and screw it in. So hopefully this has been of some use if it's something you've ever wanted or thinking of getting. Like I say, very limited market, I know that, but I could have made use of it when I built this shed 4 or 5 years ago, just for holding up the board into the ceiling. And for 15 quid, 14.99, stuck in the back of the garage vertically, not taking up much room. It's not too much money, even if you hardly ever use it. So, yeah, hopefully it has been of some use. Loads more reviews in the pipeline. I keep mentioning the flosser, but I'm giving it a thorough go. I've gone up from the lowest power to the medium and the high power, so I'll be doing a review of that very, very soon, a water jet flosser that I got from Lidl's. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, please click the little picture here of the shed. Once you've done that, click the bell icon below and you'll be informed of any new uploads when I do them. Thanks for watching this one. I'll catch you hopefully for the next one very, very soon. Bye for now.